An electronic augmentative communication device is a way for people who cannot speak verbally to communicate with others. All devices are custom to the person. Some people use the device with eye gaze. Other people use the touchscreen or a head mouse. They can literally give a person a voice and improve their quality of life. My brother Chris uses a PRC Ascent 1400 with eye gaze. I'll explain how he uses it. In the corner of the screen, there is a window that helps you make sure the user's eyes are centered and the correct distance from the device for maximum accuracy when using the device. This is the light that reflects off the user's retina so that the device knows what square is being chosen. If you watch closely, you can see a blue dot on the squares. The user just has to hold the dot there for a specific amount of time, and then the squares are activated. As the user selects the squares, the sentence is built on the top of the screen, and then finally, the user says the whole sentence by activating that field. Sentences can also be programmed into the device so that the users can speak more fluently. The first interview is with Christopher's paraprofessional, Brandon. He goes with Christopher to all of his classes and helps him in school.
Do you find that the device is helpful when working with me?
Yes, I do. Mainly because of the fact that it allows me to communicate with Chris in a wider way, and because I can't just go off of verbal or visual cues, and him being able to communicate with me in a more neurotypical way does help me work better with him and provide him with a better education than I would be able to do so otherwise.
Is this technology easy to use for you or hard?
I would say it's hard for me to use because when I was training on it a couple of years ago, I did my best and I wanted to throw the device across the room. So for me on a personal level, it's very challenging, but for someone like Chris who has mastered it over the years, it's not difficult for him in any way, but for me it's very difficult to use. If I had to use it on my own as my only way of communicating, I would have a very difficult time.
What could be improved to assist you in working with me?
I would like to see future devices have an ability to do some predictive text. Currently, I think that the limitation that we have is effectively Chris's vocabulary consists of what we program in, whereas in a more, like an English class, for example, his ability to punch in words that he's learning in the general classroom and be able to reproduce them on the device would be a lot more beneficial than him just hitting a button that we've pre-programmed.
Is there anything you would like to add?
Honestly, just the fact that this device has enabled me to work with Chris in a much more three-dimensional way, and it has allowed me to communicate with him in a more neurotypical fashion as opposed to just, again, simply interpreting verbal and visual cues. It also has allowed me to kind of get to know him on a deeper level, which has enabled me to do my job a lot easier and give him a better education because I can learn about him and work with him better. So, and that's honestly it, is that this device has effectively transformed his ability to learn and has brought him as close to general ed as I think we can achieve at this point. Working with Chris over the years, and I feel like I've learned as much as he has, getting to work with him, and this device makes it a lot easier.
The next interview is with Cynthia Faulkner. She is Galt High's school speech pathologist.
Sim, what is your experience working with students who use speech devices like me?
So my experience working with AAC devices started in grad school, where I had a class and we learned about the various types of high-tech and low-tech. And then My biggest experience is actually working with you, Chris, because prior to starting work at Galt High School, I did not work with students who had AAC devices, so the majority of my knowledge has been working with you.
How do you think it affects their learning? What are the benefits or disadvantages you see?
The benefits that I see are that students who have AAC devices are able to communicate regardless of their abilities to talk verbally on their own. So it gives them a voice and allows them to participate in schools and with friends and to get their wants and their needs met. And in terms of affecting their education, I feel that it helps to allow equal access in the schools and to help them to better access their education.
Where do you see assistive speech devices going in the future?
In the future, I think that technology is just going to keep getting better and smarter, and speech devices are not going away. They're just going to continue to improve and hopefully continue to allow students to have better access and can still communicate. So I think it's definitely going to be sticking around and not going anywhere.
PH, is there anything else you would like to add?
Let's see. I thoroughly enjoy being a speech therapist and working with individuals who have AAC devices. I think it's a lot of fun, and I learn something new every day from individuals like you, Chris, and it's definitely fun to see everything that you can use and do with an AAC device that I did not learn in grad school. So it's been a pleasure working with you and discovering what you can and can't do with that device, and it's very little that you can't do. So that's about it.
Now we will hear from Christopher and how his speech device has made a difference in his life. Hello, and today I'm here with Christopher Sheldon. So Christopher, what is it like using a speech device?
Awesome.
Okay. What are some of the things that you could do with your speech device?
I can ask for things I need. I share my interests, argue with my brother, talk on my phone. I am an anchor on GTV and many more things than I can list.
So Christopher, what are some of your favorite things to say on your speech device?
I feel excited.
What are you excited for?
Farmer. Simulator.
Oh yeah, I heard that's coming out soon. I think that is cool that Christopher has his own way of communicating with others. I also think that it is awesome that he can tell me what type of game he wants to play on the computer. I think that he is much happier now that he has this speech device.